Tet on Sunday, February 28th in the Ridgecrest Presbyterian Church at 5 p.m. Tickets in advance at Red Rock Books. For information, 446-2060. Then coming up in a bit, we're going to tell you about the Economic Outlook Conference. It is Thursday, actually opening up at 7 a.m. with a business expo. And
that's mighty early, dude.
Yeah, but the speakers don't start until way after that.
Okay.
But some great speakers, and we'll tell you about them coming up. And this is a great time for you to find out things like, is Ross coming to Ridgecrest?
You're such a tease, dude.
Well, the last I heard is that the deal where they wanted to go didn't work out. But the encouraging part is a lot of times when you hear that, a company will come to town and they'll try out a location, and the location doesn't work, and we never hear from them again.
Well, you know,
but they're very interested. They're very interested in coming, so they're looking at other locations.
You know, if you look at the projections for our economy in this valley,
yeah, hello.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've got the lowest unemployment rate in Kern County right now.
Yep.
We've got one of the lowest unemployment rates in the United States right now in this valley, and we're hiring right now.
Yeah, there's still like close to 500 jobs open on the
Yeah,
place.
I mean, I wish I was an engineer, dude.
Me too.
Jeez.
But I'm sort of glad you're not, you know what I mean?
Me too, actually.
Not that I don't like engineers, but it's just...
No, we love engineers.
The right brain activity, I give Jerry a hard time. He's got like just enough right brain activity going on.
Yeah. Things just outside the box enough to deal with us common folks.
See that term right there?
I don't care, dude. I don't care.
Outside
the box. Outside the box.
How about outside Pandora's box?
Oh.
Now there's a convoluted scenario.
How about inside of Pandora's box?
Now, let's see. Moving on, Chad is here.
Hello.
Chad is here. Turn Chad's microphone up, because Chad is here to talk about... Wait a minute. I know this. Oh, we need help.
Yeah. Siracoso is... yeah, more ways than one. Siracoso is talking about, and very seriously talking about, shutting down the theater program at the very end of this semester. So this would be the very last show.
Wow, man.
And so what we need is people to kind of rally and send letters to the president of Siracoso and whoever else, letting them know that that's just not acceptable.
Is this just a monetary decision, Chad?
From I don't know like everything, but from what I understand, the way that money gets thrown out to whoever or whatever, the state had talked about maybe not having money funding for the program, but then they came around and said, oh, actually, you know what, we do have funding for it. But the college is like, well, that's cool and all, but we're good. We don't need this program. And I think there's a lot of people in the community that think otherwise. And I don't know exactly whose decision it is, who it falls down to. But it seems that they're doing all that they can to make sure it happens.
Right.
We've been instructed that we're not allowed to build sets up there anymore. So for this production, we just have to be really inventive and kind of get done what we gotta get done.
Wow.
So there's a lot of restrictions that we fall under right now because of this, really.
Right.
So.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
So what do people need to do?
What we need to do is write letters, things like that. There is an academic senate meeting this Thursday that people are going up to speak at an open forum to tell them how this is going to affect them specifically, and that's this Thursday. It starts at 12:30 in LRC 604. Basically, what we're going to have to do is just everybody kind of stand up and say how this is going to affect you, and who it's really going to affect is not only current students that are working on their theater major, but upcoming high school students that are planning on staying here and going to college before they transfer to a 4-year, and if that's what they're going to try and do is theater, they can't. So that immediately takes them either out of the valley or out of whatever education that they want.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, there's been a lot of weird changes up there. The late registration was basically canceled. So instead of leaving it open so that students can rearrange or figure out like, oops, I don't need this class, I need to drop this one and get a different one, they couldn't do it. because they said, we're not accepting late registration. And to me, that it boggles the mind, because it seems like the college is pushing away students rather than
now
accepting.
the whole thing with late registration, though, is that they've had such an influx in the college that everything basically is said, no more late registration, you're on a waiting list before registration closes. And then they're just drawing
Yeah,
from the,
I think
drawing from the
that is
waiting
kind of
list
what
these
caused it,
days.
is because Dr. Rederer was in here, and the enrollment numbers were
Astronomical.
Yeah.
and then on top of that, then with everything the state has poured on community colleges, which is just ridiculous. You know, one of the first things that we're going to kill from the state is budgeting for our
school
colleges,
system.
our school system.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that that's the case with the drama. However, I do know that that's a great group up there to listen to. So this is really important, and there is definitely, this is a case where there's strength in numbers. It
Yeah,
can't
definitely.
just be one or two people saying, hey, we really need this. They need to see a lot of people saying, you know, I'm planning on coming to Saracosta. So if you're in high school, you need to go up there and say, I'm planning on coming to Saracosta, so this is what I want to do. They need to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not only that, I mean, you know, just look at the faculty that's up there. The faculty up there is absolutely awesome at taking care of students' needs. So if you guys,
Yeah.
are very receptive. So I'd imagine you get some good feedback going to the academic senate and talking to the professors up there.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of professors that are actually behind, you know, keeping theater, and the thing with theater is it's not just for those theater majors or people like that. It's also for learning how to be able to speak around more
Oh,
than
yeah,
two
it's
people.
not- oh,
you
yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
far-reaching.
I know a lot of people that have taken it not because they want to get into theater, but because they've always been afraid of public speaking, and they just needed to take that.
That'll get you over the
to
hump
do
right
it.
there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
So
And
it's good. Well, keep us posted, will you?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I don't know all the ins and outs of how the money's filtering and what exactly those problems are, those issues. But what it boils down to is that the college is able to keep it, and they're trying not to. So we need to make sure they know that's
All
not
right.
cool, man.
All right, so
All right.
we got you guys up to college rolling on it, get the high school students rolling on it.
Yep.
And see if we can't make some progress here.
Get everybody speaking.
Yep, got to do it. So if they have any questions, they can call you, yeah?
Yeah.
Number?
760-793-9690.
All right.
And I can, if you can't make it to the meeting 12:30 to 3:30, if you write a letter, give me a call or drop it off here, and I can pick it up and take it up with me, and you know, drop all these letters and be like, these are voices that can't be here right now, but these are voices
Yeah,
nonetheless.
absolutely.
Just remember,
Absolutely.
Chad, you got to fight for your right to party.
That's right, man.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not that young.
No, I was explaining that to anybody.
Oh,
that
to the
might be
listeners,
listening,
yes.
Yeah,
The
see,
Beastie Boys.
yeah. There's a lot of other people that actually listen to this in the morning.
Yeah. They're Beastie Boys. They're going to be doing Super Bowl in what, 2040?
Something like that.
You know,
they got to get old enough first.
Yeah,
We were
exactly.
talking about that on Facebook this morning, that the Who is so old. There was a whole big bunch of the audience out there that was thinking that they were just doing the songs from CSI, all the different
Yeah.
CSI.
That's
They had
true
no
because
idea.
CSI does all the
CBS
Who songs.
And
yeah.
CBS shows, it's like just a big promo for CSI. Is all it was. Wasn't really because it was the Who. I wish they'd quit doing that, though, these old rockers. I guess it's because there's not going to be a wardrobe malfunction. Although you could argue
never
there
know.
was one with Pete Townsend.
Yeah, he was a belly button showing individual out there, man. I tell you what.
Dude, put his shirt
It was
down.
like, dude, come on, man. That pooch just ain't
Yeah.
doing nothing for nobody right now.
He was really hitting that windmill too, man. I mean, he was going after
Oh,
it.
he's got that thing down. Now, if
See,
only he
next
could
year-
hear the music, the guy's technically deaf.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Paper Lace and somebody else. Bread.
Oh, my God.
Paper Lace, the night Chicago died.
It should have Chicago. That'd
The
be-
night
that'd actually be
Chicago
something.
died.
How about-
Sorry.
No, not so much.
Anyone?
dude. Not
Yeah.
so much. Pablo Cruz. There you go.
Pablo Cruz
Yeah.
and Orleans.
There you go. With their one hit each.
Starting to go above
And
my head
Ambrosia. We need
Ambrosia. There. And bust out Asia while you're at it, too,
That was the funniest thing in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
What's that?
When he had that Asia poster.
Oh,
and there was a heat of the moment.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I promised, because I tweeted earlier, that there's an addendum to the weather forecast,
Mm.
but you're going to have to wait for another break.
We're going to keep you waiting.
There's an addendum to the weather forecast of information that is not in the weather forecast.
But it might be coming soon.
Could affect your travels tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.